deal, my people? Welcome to my channel, Panama's OG Truth. It seems like every time I turn around, some shit is going down, man, and it's just like it just leaves you, with your head shaking. So, first of all, I just want to say appreciate y'all joining me today. I know y'all seen that interview on $100 million worth of game with Gillie the Kid and Wallow and the Prince family, J Prince Sr., Mike Prince, and Junior. Now, that was some bullshit. And when I say some bullshit, let me explain to you what I'm trying to say. Gillie the Kid and Wallow, they have a platform, okay? $1 million worth of game. That's the name of the show, okay? So they're supposed to be spitting, they're supposed to be enlightening, they're supposed to be giving people the truth, okay? But what I saw was Gillie the Kid and Wallow, fuck that, I'm gonna keep it 100, tiptoeing and being real careful on how they talked and how they approached J Prince Sr. Now, I'm gonna talk about J Prince Sr. I'm gonna get to him, but right now I just want to talk about Gillie the Kid. Okay, Gillie the Kid, man, you supposed to be a real one. You supposed to be somebody that's outspoken, somebody that's telling your opinion, no censorship. In other words, you're supposed to keep it real. And for the moment you came on camera and you had J Prince sitting right there next to you with his other two family members, you seemed like you were scared, like you didn't even want to engage them. And at the end of the day, it made Wallow, it made your whole show look like like some bullshit. So I just don't understand, you invite this man on your platform, okay? But you don't ask him no questions. And when I say you don't ask him no questions, you didn't ask him the questions that people want to know. People want to hear you asking these questions, okay? You talked about the dice game, all right? Ask the questions, what led to Takeoff's murder, okay? First of all, if you are mob ties and you're hosting these dice games, it's your job to make sure that your guests are secured. No busting ifs about it. It's your job to make sure that whoever shows up to these dice games have the proper protection. In other words, ain't nobody trying to rob them, ain't nobody trying to fuck with them, ain't nobody trying to steal shit from them. You come to my house, you come to my domain, you're safe. I'll give you my word on that. And then, especially if you and your boy, Junior, are running this check-in program. For those that don't know about the check-in program, it's supposed to be, if I go to your town, your city, and I let you know, hey, I'm coming ahead of time, I'm supposed to be safe and secure. I'm letting you know I'm coming into your turf. I'm coming to your town. Do your part. Keep me and my people safe. And who knows? I might show you some love. That's called checking in, okay? And a lot of these cats, J Prince Jr., they stress this shit. They've been stressing it. So when you say check in, it's supposed to be where if I come and I show you some love, your people, yourself, supposed to look out for me and my entourage. Nothing happens to us. We don't know the laws of the land. We don't know the layout. We're not from over there. We're not from over there. So it's up to the natives that we're checking in with to make sure that we're safe. You didn't do that, J Prince. You didn't do that, Junior. You didn't do that, Jazz. You didn't do that, Mike Prince. You guys didn't do that. You guys dropped the ball. Not once, but twice. First with Duke the Jeweler. And that wasn't as publicized because a lot of people don't know who Duke the Jeweler was. But then with Takeoff. One of the most prolific, famous artists of our times. He came to your town, your event, and somebody blew his brains out. That's on your watch. That's on your watch, J. Prince. Because at the end of the day, everything your sons do, it reflects on you. You created that. And this is what I'm trying to say, y'all. Everything that J. Prince Jr. has done in the last 5 years has made his dad look like shit. Everything that his dad has done to create that wealth, that mystique of respect, the power that comes with that, his son Junior has destroyed in less than 2 years. Think about that. But we're going to get to that in a little bit. Just let me go back to Wallow and Gillie the kid, okay? So you invite this man, you know, his family to your platform, your show, and you basically tiptoe and dance around the questions that people want to hear. Now, I don't know if that was, you know, part of the agreement. You know, a lot of people make interviews and they sit down with the interviewer before they go on live or whatever they're doing, and they say, okay, these are the questions that we're gonna ask you. Are you okay with that? And if you're not okay, you let them know. Nah, don't ask that question. I don't want you asking me these questions. So they're basically dictating what they want to be asked and what they don't want to be asked. I don't know if J. Prince did that. I got a feeling he did. But Gillie and Wallow, they're supposed to be OGs at this shit. They're supposed to be veterans. They should know what the hell they're doing. You know, so if they're coming on their platform, $1 million worth of game, you're not supposed to let nobody dictate to you what questions to ask. It's not productive. It's not. It's making y'all look weak. And J. Prince did that. He came on your platform, your show, and he made y'all look weak as fuck. Wallow, you know, supposedly he been, you know, done some time. He should know better. He should have checked that nigga Gillie the kid and said, you know what, man, if we're not gonna ask these questions, the questions that we need to ask, the questions that people need to hear, we're not doing this show. But instead, you got Gillie coming up there talking about, we were a little reluctant to do this interview, OG. Man, shut the fuck up, man. You sound like a straight up bitch, straight up hoe. Okay? If you're gonna ask a question, ask them. If not, shut the fuck up and keep it moving. Because what you did, you made yourself look like a straight up weak motherfucker in your platform. You have all this energy. Every time a motherfucker look at you, you telling motherfuckers how real you are, what should be done, what shouldn't be done. You didn't have that same energy with J. Prince. You look like a little girl that was caught in the headlines of a car. You hear me? Like you didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like you was scared to ask. What you scared of? I get it. I'm from that era. I am from that era. A lot of people don't know who J. Prince is. This shit happened with Amigo, you know, Takeoff getting killed, whatever, and his name is ringing out there because of his son. But what a lot of people don't understand is this man been in the scene for over 30 years. Rap-A-Lot Records. The Ghetto Boys. You know, Scarface, Willie D, Bushwick Bill, may God rest his soul. And I could keep going on down the line. Big Mike. You know, this dude's a pioneer. I don't take nothing away from that. He's a pioneer. So a lot of people don't know who J. Prince is and the respect that he's had in the game. So it's very, very, very disturbing to see J. Prince, you know, let his son fuck up his name, his legacy. You know, everything that he's done to put this shit on the map, you know, and keep this in mind. A lot of people just know about J. Prince and the music. J. Prince arguably was instrumental in starting one of the best, if not the best, boxer of our era. People say, what the hell you talking about, Panama? Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather's first multi-million-dollar contract, I believe it was $25 million contract back in 1998. Jay Prince was the one responsible for getting Floyd Mayweather that contract, the one he called a slave contract. But that was Jay Prince. He was Floyd Mayweather's manager. And I think he was his manager for 4 years. So this man has touched a lot, not just in music, also in boxing. He has multiple enterprises, beef, cattle. A lot of supermarkets get their beef from Jay Prince, his company. I'm serious. The man he's a mogul, he's an entrepreneur. He has different ways of making that money stream down the line. So he has a lot going. So for me to see this man, damn near 60-year-old man, put himself in the predicament that he's in right now because of his son, because he couldn't tell his son, shut the fuck up, sit down. I'm a little, how can I say? I'm lost of words. Like, I don't get it. Like, if that was my son, I would have been there and told him, man, shut the fuck up, sit your ass down. You're doing too much. But Gillie the kid, he didn't ask those questions. Why he didn't ask him who the fuck bonded out DJ Pat? Mr. Patrick. Why he didn't ask him that? Why he didn't ask him that his attorney, the attorney that he uses, Jay Prince Sr., is the one that posted the bond for DJ Pat, Patrick Clark. The one that's accused of killing Takeoff. Why didn't he ask him that? Why he didn't ask him what's the connection between Little Cameron Joshua, or the yellow hoodie, what they were calling him at first. Why he didn't ask him, the connection between Cam and his dad and Rap-A-Lot, Jay Prince. Because, yeah, Little Cam's dad and Jay Prince, they go back. It's a connection right there. It's a connection. And these are things that people need to know. People want to know. But nah, Gillie and Wallow, they were silent to that shit. Wallow, he tried to be, half-ass and throw a rock, but he hit his hand too. He didn't keep it real. He really didn't. I'm gonna keep it 100. Wallow, he didn't keep it real. And then he got Gillie the kid right next to him. This motherfucker, like, he sound like a little girl. Like a little girl that's an awestruck. She just saw her matinee idol or somebody that she wants to get in, and they don't take her serious, and she's trying to, be careful how she approaches the situation. That's how Gillie the kid came off. He came off like a little girl that was in awe. And Jay Prince, being an OG in the game, being a veteran that know what the fuck is going on, he ate that shit up. He dictated what was going to be asked, how it was going to be answered, and he dictated the whole format. It was basically a presentation for him and his. And that being said, he still gave Gillie and Wallow a chance. He gave them openings to say certain things and ask certain things. But they never would ask. They never asked them. They went along with that shit. I mean, look at Gillie's eyes in that interview. Listen to his tone of voice. That ain't the energy that I know from Gillie the kid. They say, have that same energy. Have that same energy. What? This motherfucker, he bleeds just like us. He put his pants on just like us. So, Gillie, I don't want to hear no more big time, tough talk, how real you are. I don't want to hear that shit. Because you show your true colors. Wallow, Man, I'm disappointed, man. Nigga, you know better. You been there, done that. You hear me? All those years in the penitentiary, and what's the deal? You didn't learn how to be true to yourself? You didn't learn how to put the politics to the side and speak up when you need to speak up? That was your chance of speaking up. That was your chance of putting Jay Prince and all the bullshit that him and his son are doing to side. But you didn't. You danced around the questions too. You were real careful. Motherfucker feel that fear in you too. You were a little bit more assertive than Gillie. You were. I'll give you that. You were more assertive than Gillie. But you still were kind of, dancing around, making sure that you didn't step into the hole in the ice. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's a fucked up situation because you have Gillie the Kid and Wallow on their show. They're supposed to be controlling the questions. They're supposed to be controlling the temperature, the narrative, however you want to call it. And they didn't do that. They didn't do that. When Jay Prince busted out with that paperwork and he told Gillie the Kid, he didn't ask Gillie the Kid. He told Gillie the Kid. Read that. I told him, read that. Read that, little nigga. Gillie the Kid starts reading like a little choir boy. Choir boy. That's what he sounded like, choir boy. No type of energy, no type of, I'm doing this shit because it's my show. Nah. He did it because Jay Prince told him to do it. Like I said, you could feel that fear. Why he didn't ask Jay Prince, where you get this paperwork from? Because to my understanding, this is a live murder investigation. It's going on. It's a lot of things that haven't come to surface. It's a lot of things that people don't know. And it's for the court, the district attorney, the attorneys that are involved. It's up to them to make this into a case. So how in the hell did Jay Prince Sr. get that paperwork? Talking about Migo bands and all that shit. Willie Bland. How did he get that? So these are questions that, if I'm Gillie, if I'm Wallow, and you on my show, this is what I'm asking. How the fuck you get that paperwork? Who bonded out DJ Pat? What's the connection little Cam has with you? His father, Because you had a lot of people there that, believe me when I tell you, they're mob ties, all right? They go back with Jay Prince and his family. Their parents, their dad, family members go back with Jay Prince and rap a lot from the early days. So you got to pay attention to that shit. You got to pay attention to that. Like I said, Gillie the Kid and Wallow, they lost my respect. They did. They had an opportunity, they had a platform to shine light to this shit, put Jay Prince in a position where he had to answer questions, and they didn't even attempt to. This man came on their show and controlled the whole narrative. So let's keep it real, like, at the end of the day, like I said, it's sad to see Jay Prince go down that slope. This man has put in the work. He's done so much for the culture, for the game, for him to let his son, Jay Prince Jr., fuck everything up. Jay Prince Jr., you're not a gangster. You're not even an intelligent businessman. You're living off your daddy's coattail. You're living off your dad's reputation. What he's done. You ain't done shit. We all know you were raised in good schools, in gated communities. You ain't never had to put in no work. You ain't never struggled for nothing. You ain't never worried about where your next meal is coming from. So stop trying to portray like you a hardcore gangster, like you come from the streets of Fifth Ward. Nigga, that ain't you. Your dad, I'll give him that. And your dad is fucking up by letting your dumb ass fuck everything up. Like I said, Jay Prince, you better than me. Cause I would have told my son, my seed, man, sit your ass down, man. You fucking everything up. Keep your mouth shut. You're doing too much talking. You inviting unwanted attention. That's what he's doing. Inviting unwanted attention. That's what his dumb ass is doing. And if you don't put a cap on that shit, it's gonna bring your ass down. It might be too late already. Because I know that the name Prince, Jay Prince, that name has lost a lot of luster in the last year. Damn, that's just crazy. Nigga, you spent 30 years building a fucking, empire. Fucking empire to let your dumbass son run that shit down to the ground. All because he wants to portray himself the big man. Man, sit your dumb ass down. But back to Gillie and Wallow. You guys disappoint me. Gillie, you disappointed me, really. That's your platform. You gonna have this man on your show? Ask him the questions you need to ask. Instead, you acting like a little bitch. I mean, literally, I could feel your ass shaking. People don't respect that shit. They don't. Any other time, you would have been talking about, how in the hell did this shit happen? It was under your watch. Takeoff was under your son's watch. Birthday party for Jazz. You got Jay Prince Jr., you got Mike Prince. Hell, you were there earlier that day. Trying to say you weren't, but you were. You weren't there when the shit happened, but your son was. That shit should have never happened. Let's get that understood, all right? It's under your watch in your city. You say it's your city. Your city. So all that other shit you talking about, and you trying to make Migo Bands look like he's a scapegoat, and, you over here beefing with Offset now. Come on, man. What kind of shit is that, man? You supposed to be the bigger man. Offset's still grieving. Offset is a kid compared to you. So why are you going back and forth with Offset? It ain't your job. It ain't your position to talk about how close he was with Takeoff at the time, if he was around or not. Them niggas are family. They blood. Family feud all the time. But when it's time to come together in a situation of death, that shit goes out the window. So you ain't had no business talking about that shit. You didn't have no business bringing that up. That made you look less than a man, less than a G. Remember, you got a status. You got to live by that status. Status you created. That's why your son, Junior, Jay Prince Jr., acts the way he acts. I see that now. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm not going to sit here and bash you, Jay Prince Sr. I'm not. Like I said, I'm from that era. And I hate to see somebody from my era go down the drain the way you going down the drain. Gillie, man, come on, man. Grow some fucking balls. If you're going to have a show, if you're going to have people on your show, ask the questions that need to be asked. Stop tiptoeing. Stop dancing around like a little cheerleader and put on your fucking big boy pants on and ask the questions that people want to hear, okay? Simple as that. Hey, look, man, I'm not bashing nobody. I'm not disrespecting nobody. I'm just giving you the raw and uncut Panama's OG truth, okay? Simple as that. I don't care if you like it or you dislike it. Pay attention to what the hell is going on. We're in a time where people need to hear the truth. Not an opinion. Not worrying about are they going to like it or dislike it. Nah. Like I said, it's a little frustrating. It's frustrating to see Gillie ask the question that he asked and basically be, pussyfoot in his own show. And then it's disrespecting and a little disappointing to hear Jay Prince come up with the bullshit as excuses. He turned that whole narrative on him. Instead of having the respect for Takeoff, his family, his mom, and saying, you know what? I realized that my son wasn't according. He didn't do what he was supposed to do. He didn't carry himself the way he was supposed to, like a real man. I apologize. You know, that's called damage control. But instead, you go on there and you try to justify this shit and make it about yourself. Who the fuck does that? Where's your PR, your public relations people? Where's the people that advises you? Or are you pulling a Jerry Jones doing what the hell you want to do? Your staff don't mean shit. Whatever they tell you or they advise you to do, it goes into one ear and it goes out to the other one. Is that what's going on with you? Like I said, you OG in the game. You're OG in the game. You should know better. You should know better. But obviously, you're acting like a rookie in the game. You're letting your emotions get the best of you. Forget about Offset. Offset's grieving. He's a young man. He's a young man that has somebody else close to him killed. Give him a pass. Give him a pass. If you respect Takeoff's family, his mom, give him a pass. Don't throw more fuel into the fire. Don't do that. It's not classy. You're supposed to be a real G. Conduct yourself like a real G. There's a time and place for everything. And right now, this is the time to respect Takeoff, respect his family. It's not the time to be going back and forth with fucking Takeoff. Remember, you've been through the wars. You've been through the bullshit. People trying to set you up. Cops trying to set you up. You know, you've been through all this shit. Haven't you learned anything from that? Put your pride to the side. Put your pride to the side. That's where us men fuck up. We have so much pride that we don't know when to keep shut. Say, you know, my bad, apologize. You can't be too big of a man to apologize. If he would have came out and apologized for his dumbass son and said, you know what, things happen under my son's watch, this shouldn't happen, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make it right, attempt to make it right, people would take a whole different attitude to this shit. But nah, he came out there popping his collar, talking about how real I am. It's not about you. It's not about you. You had a chance to clean it up, and you didn't. You fumbled the motherfucking bag. Yeah, you fumbled it. And it's sad. It really is. So I don't want to hear all this shit about, you know, honor and respect. You lost that. You should have checked your son. Told him to sit his ass down and keep his mouth shut. Nigga, you fucking up too much. Sit your little ass down. You ain't gonna fuck up what I work for. You ain't gonna fuck up what took me over 30 years to establish. Nah, hell nah. What kind of shit is that? Gillie, man, grow some fucking balls. Nigga, I don't ever want to hear you talk about how real you are. Motherfucker see you trembling, how scared you were of another man just like you that bleeds and sweat just like you. Wallow, come on, man. Put that nigga Gillie on his game, man. Come on, man. Tell him what the fuck you gotta do, you know. Don't sit there and go with that shit neither, man. Come on. You of all people, you know better. You let this nigga Gillie ball up like a little hoe. Thought about interviewing you, OG. Fuck out of here, man. Anyway, I appreciate y'all joining me today. Thank y'all for being here with me today. Like I said, I'm trying, you know, I'm trying my best to be civilized and keep it real, but sometimes I just can't help it, man. I can't help it. I appreciate y'all. Hopefully y'all join me again. Please subscribe to my channel. This is the only way that I can bring this to you, okay? That's the only way. If you go back now, you're going to lose yourself. Stay tuned. I'm bringing that heat, baby. Panama's OG Truth.